this is. From falling to the finish and a national championship. What a story. Kenneth Rooks.
Indeed. What a story. And welcome back to BYU Sports Nation with that fabulous introduction alongside Jason Shepard. I'm Spencer Linton. This is your day-to-day BYU Sports play-by-play. And Jason, typically I kind of lead us into some of the unusual stats, but I'd like to give you that opportunity.
Well, thank you very much. Let's get to our stat of the day.
It's the BYU Sports Nation Stat of the Day.
Kenneth Rooks is the first collegian to capture gold in the 3,000-meter steeplechase at the USA Championships since 1991.
That's unbelievable.
It gets better. The more you look into this, the results and everything we saw, it just gets better.
It's unbelievable. Again, so with that video and that stat of the day given to us by Shep, we now welcome in the man of the hour, the man of the day, the man of the week, the month, the year maybe for BYU athletics. Kenneth Rooks is joining us live on BYU Sports Nation once again, still repping the Y, still rocking that BYUSN karma. Kenneth, congratulations again on an unbelievable race.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's been an exciting weekend.
Yeah, let's sum it up. What has your weekend been like with all of the love pouring in through social media and text messages and phone calls?
You know, it's been honestly kind of amazing. I don't know exactly how to describe the weekend other than I'm grateful for the support that I've received, the expressions of gratitude people have shared, and the congratulations they've been giving me. It's just been, I'm just so grateful so happy everyone is for me, and I'm so grateful for how well the race went with just the challenges I faced in the race with the fall, and it's a weekend that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life.
I have to imagine, Kenneth, that beyond anything physical, the mental part of trying to bounce back after the fall, and it happening so early, that could have completely derailed everything that you had prepared for, yet it didn't. Take us through mentally how you overcame that.
Yeah, so interestingly, I don't know exactly why I did this. Maybe it was because I fell in a workout in practice a few weeks ago, and I knew that sometimes in the steeplechase things can happen that you can't control. I fell in this race, and the person in front of me kind of stumbled really hard and made it difficult for me to, get my bearings on the hurdle, and I just wasn't able to get over it, and I fell. And so things happen that you can't control. I felt like I should have some sort of a plan just in case that happened. I guess the Lord was looking out for me, helping me prepare. And so I had a plan in place that if I fell, I just would get up and just work my way slowly to get back to the pack, because a quick burst of energy afterward to try and catch back up right away might have burnt me out. But to be able to have the presence of mind to stay present in that moment was really special. I think just having that plan beforehand helped me just make that decision fairly quickly after I got up. But definitely in my mind, when I first went down, I was just thinking, oh crap, this is, I guess this is where we're at right now. And is my race done? And then I got back up and I decided to, okay, well, I'm just going to just keep going and see however many people I can catch. Because one of my focuses in this race was I wanted to make sure that I left everything out on the track, even if the race didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. So I just got up and started going, and I was able to reattach myself to the pack. And I did a lot better than I was expecting, even with the fall. I think that last 150 meters when I was driving to the finish, I think my mouth was wide open like the last 100 meters, partially because I was trying to get some air, but partially because I was just like, holy cow, like I'm actually winning this thing. How is this happening? And yeah, that was kind of my my mind in the race. I also had I didn't think about this beforehand, but when I first fell, like Henry Marsh's name came into my mind right away, because he used to actually just go out just at the back of the pack at the beginning of the races and just slowly move his way up and just run his own pace and within himself. And so that also came into my mind too, that I needed to run a little bit like Henry Marsh.
He is an NCAA national champion, a United States track and field national champion, the best steeplechaser in the world for, we think. Okay, we're just gonna make it the world. Okay, Kenneth, I know you got things to accomplish still, but in our BYU world, you are number one. Incredible stuff. Now let me retrace something you said. You had a plan in place if you fell, because you fell in training. It's like, so in a weird way, was that frustrating moment the best thing that ever could have happened to you in that practice run for you to fall?
I think so. Like I said, maybe the Lord was preparing me for this moment. You know, it's sometimes I think falling, you may just think, well, okay, I fell, just got to get back up, get on to the next one. And that's, I mean, that mindset is kind of what I brought into the race with me. Is just, I just had to pick myself back up and just move forward, not worry about it. Just, yeah, it definitely prepared me.
Kenneth, how important was that last water jump for you in order to be able to ultimately win? Because you nailed the last water jump.
Yeah, that last water jump and that last hurdle were really important. I actually, with about 250 meters to go, I was moving with the guys, and I started to get really tired, and I was starting to think, oh no, I'm starting to tighten up here a little bit. But being able to get around, get that last water jump just gave me that burst to get around, move up into second from fourth. And I think I got maybe a little bit of energy from the crowd there, just because the crowd was just roaring at that point, and I just got a little bit of extra energy to just stay focused, get a really good last water jump, get a really good last hurdle. If I didn't get those, if my water jump or my my last hurdle were not as good, I probably wouldn't have won that race. So it was really important.
Hey,
finishing there.
I know we were giving you a hard time about your low-key celebration when you won the NCAA title. I thought this celebration was fantastic. The dual arms over. I thought that improved. Kenneth, how'd you feel about that?
Oh, I felt good about it. I think that I was just a little bit more emotional about this one, just because of I came back from the fall, and I just really couldn't really contain my extra excitement. I mean, I was excited winning nationals as well, but it was a little bit cooler winning USA's after falling.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I did in the.
You understand that you've become like a life lesson in church and school and just for all athletes.
Yeah, you're going to be used as an example for a lot of things moving forward.
You know what you've done, right?
Yeah, I think I know what I've done. I mean, people have been talking to me about it too. And I mean, after the race, I did, you get to do a little victory lap for the top 3 people. And just everybody who was going around was telling me congratulations and how impressed they were and what kind of life lessons it can teach, and just expressing their gratitude to me for that and congratulations. It took me so long to get around the edge of for my victory lap, because everybody was taking pictures and congratulating me. And there were some, you know, track coaches who were there, like, I'm going to show my athletes a video of this race. And so I think I recognized pretty soon after the race kind of what that meant in that bigger picture kind of a thing, and how inspirational that can be. And yeah, I mean, people texting me, even texting me the same thing as well, and coaches have been talking the same thing. It's pretty cool.
So what's next? I mean, Olympics, like where are we at with this?
Well, I just basically qualified for the World Championships. That's next. World Championships is in August. Still figuring out everything that will happen between now and then. My coach and I have talked about our training plan. We have a plan moving forward. Then right now, I'm currently planning to come back and run cross country in the fall. And, I mean, that's what the plan is right now, at least. And that's what's next for me. And then we'll build up for the Olympic trials next year. I got a really good shot considering I won this year.
Indeed you do.
Champs.
Understatement there, Kenneth.
Indeed you do.
It's a little bit of an understatement.
Now, just correct me if I'm wrong. The World Championships are in Budapest, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Budapest.
Hey, let's give you some BYU Sports Nation karma. Keep that rolling into Budapest, Hungary, and we're spoiled, man. Your plan is to come back and run at BYU as the United States national champion. That's incredible. We're so stoked for you. Can't wait to talk to you again. We are definitely watching closely. Kenneth, thanks for the time and your busy schedule. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, Kenneth.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it.
You got it, man.